It's about that time.
It doesn't matter where you are in life. You gotta know your worth before you can.
Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. It's the Fire Five. All right, this week we're gonna start it off with the fight from the OG yard. Two ladies going at it. This is gonna be Deuce versus Fierce Honey. This is a classic bout. This is one of Fierce Honey's first fights. One of her hardest fights. She went at it with a seasoned fighter, and she didn't get the dub in this one. But what we did see with Fierce Honey was we saw her determined, and we saw her level up after every single fight after this. She didn't lose. You know, this is one of her first building blocks. Let's go back and check this out. It's a fire fight. Again, that's Street Beef's OG yard, Deuce versus Fierce Honey. Shout out to those two ladies. All right, we're going to move on. We're going to go to Street Beef Scrapyard. Another classic bout. Kickboxing match. As you can see, there's a weight difference and there's a huge height difference. The beautiful part about it, none of that mattered. You can see the timestamp. These men got to work, and they got to work quick. None of that was a factor as far as the weight and the height. And when we saw in the smaller gentleman, we saw the heart of a champion. We saw a beautiful KO in this fight. Again, that Street Beef Scrapyard, Scarecrow versus Nick the Brick. Check that out. Moving on. We're going to take it over to Street Beef's West Coast. The Smoke Ranch, White Fang versus Silverback. This right here is a fire fight. These two men, very competitive, combinations back and forth. We saw heart, we saw resilience, we saw beautiful uppercuts. Beautiful fight right here. Fire fight. That's Street Beef's West Coast, White Fang versus Silverback. Check that out. Fire fight. We're going to move on. We're going to take it over to the OG yard. The Lamb versus Warhorse. You see the timestamp. 2 minutes and 43 seconds. These men, they got to work and it was done. All right. The head kick from the jump sets the tone for the entire fight. We saw some great grappling, and I want to say this is one of the most unexpected finishes in all of Street Beefs. If you want to see how you want to see a KO that you never saw coming, check this fight out. Street Beef's OG yard, the Lamb versus Warhorse. Let's go ahead and move on. Last fight, last fire fight. Street Beef's OG yard, Reckless Rico versus Red Reaper. This is an instant classic. Instant classic. A complete war every single round. A complete war. We're looking at two fighters who refuse to give in, who refuse to give up. This is edge of your seat action every single round. Instant classic. Firefight. Street Beef's West Coast, Reckless Rico versus Red Reaper. Check that out. Somké and the Fire 5.